أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم ربي زدني علما وارزقني فهما. In your life, you are going to meet or you have probably met people who are not only irritating but stubborn to work with. Suppose you come across such people. What should you do? Kindly follow us to get the answers. But before we start our presentation, please like and subscribe to our channel to receive frequent updates. So in the introduction, for leaders managing constant change, conflict is built into the very fabric of the organization. When conflict is not dealt with well, it can create strained relationships and grow to sap the time, energy, and productivity of even the best teams. Dealt with positively, conflict can also be a catalyst that sets the stage for needed changes. You will never deal with conflict perfectly, but here are a few tips worth using in dealing with your most difficult people. So, number one, talk to people instead of talking about them. Dealing with conflict directly may be uncomfortable and lead to some disappointment, but it cuts down the mind reading and the resentment that can occur when problems are not dealt with directly. Timing, tact, and taking distance will always have their place, but make sure you still keep conflict eyeball to eyeball. Number two, be a problem solver, not a problem evader. We are taught from childhood to avoid conflict and often vacillate between the pain of dealing with unresolved problems and the guilt over not dealing with them. Such vacillation saps energy and time. It can affect morale and turnover. Problem solvers avoid avoidance. They learn to deal with conflict as soon as it even begins to get in the way. Number three, develop a communication style that focuses on future problem solving rather than getting stuck in proving a conviction for past mistakes. You want change, not just an admission of guilt. Winners of arguments never always win because consistent losers never forget. You want results, not enemies seeking revenge. Problem solvers deal with issues, not personalities. It's all too easy to abuse the other party instead of dealing with issues. Be assertive, but affirm the rights of others to have different positions, values, and priorities. When you personalize disagreements and attack back, you invite escalation. Keep the focus on mutual problem solving, not name calling. Honor, surface, and use resistance. Attempts at threatening, silencing, or otherwise avoiding criticism of change will only force resistance underground and increase the sabotaging of even necessary changes. Explored resistance helps build clarity of focus and action. Push for specific suggestions. If criticism is extensive and continues even after facing it, it may not be resistance, nor when to admit that you are wrong. Number six, redefine caring to include caring enough to confront on a timely and consistent basis. Avoid labels that give you or others excuses for not confronting a problem. They are too sensitive or too nice, scene makers, or people who have contacts, too old or too young, or the wrong race or gender. If you believe people cannot change or benefit from feedback, you will tend not to confront them. Instead, treat all equally by caring enough to be firm, fair, and consistent. Avoid forming enemy relationships. The obvious art of influence is often lost in the heat of organizational battle. When interaction becomes strained, or bias exists, the negative interaction coupled with the distance that often results invites selective scanning and projection. We see what we want to see to keep our enemies, the enemy. If a relationship is limited to polite indifference and significant negative interaction, expect polarization and an enemy relationship. In conclusion, finally, don't forget to spend some time looking in a mirror. Ron Zemke put it well when he said, if you find that everywhere you go, you are always surrounded by jerks and you are constantly being forced to strike back at them or correct their behavior, guess what? You are a jerk. Influencing others starts by making sure that you are not being difficult yourself. And that is the end of our presentation. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Never miss any update. Thank you.